Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between and outside of that range, to our Thanksgiving special of Things in My Mouth, Food, Sex, and Other Nonsense. I am Mia Lee, adult performer, and with me is...
I'm Josh Scherer, food blogger extraordinaire. No, that sounds so douchey. Extraordinaire? What does that even mean?
I know. We'll run with it. Food blogger extraordinaire
If
of...
we must, yeah. Of Culinary Brodown.
And I am Daisy Ducati, also an adult performer.
I guess we'll allow you to be part of this conversation, Daisy. I guess, since you're here.
That's not what you said last night.
I was saying, you know what I was saying last night? That wasn't exactly articulate, and fine, you can talk on our podcast.
It's the spirit of giving.
Clearly. I shouldn't be mean to you when we're talking about Thanksgiving. I mean, I love you so much, Daisy. Welcome to our podcast. Yay! So Thanksgiving, guys, what do you think when you think Thanksgiving?
I hate Thanksgiving.
Why?
I hate it. It's a I love excuses to make extravagant meals. I use birthdays for just the excuses to make the dumbest shit. But Thanksgiving has this like prescribed terrible meal, like turkey. First of all, cooking a whole turkey, it shouldn't be done because by roasting a whole bird, since like the breast meat is so far away from the bones, it actually overcooks before like the dark meat gets done. So it's like a fucking fallacy. It can't be done properly, and it's always dry and shitty, and there's just like 30 pounds left over, and you're obligated to eat it for the next like 3 weeks. Then people just empty cans of bullshit into a microwave casserole dish and throw marshmallows on it. Throw it in a microwave. It's just so fucking bad, and so many people do it poorly. And like I always have to go see family that I don't really enjoy seeing, and they also make surprisingly shitty turkey. And so I'm pretty anti-Thanksgiving entirely. I like watching football and gorging myself on food, so that's cool. But otherwise, not a fan in the least.
Fuck Thanksgiving.
And fuck like America's colonial history and all that, but like also, yeah, fuck dry turkey.
Yeah, dry turkey blows. How about you, Daisy? What are your thoughts on Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving's always kind of weird for me because I don't really get along with my family and I don't eat meat. So...
Oh, man. So what do you eat on Thanksgiving?
I make my salmon mac and cheese, and I usually eat half of it myself.
That's not a bad
I would
way.
way rather have that, yeah.
That's not
Might
a bad
as well
way to
stay
spend
home.
Thanksgiving at all.
I could just sit on my couch and get stoned with salmon mac and cheese, but instead I have to go do it with family.
That's the real spirit of Thanksgiving. I think.
Edible, man. You'll be great. You'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Hold on, quick little theory. If we buy into the myth that, you know, the Indians sat down and, you know, at dinner with the Pilgrims, there were probably peace pipes being passed around, right?
Most
They're
highly probable.
Probably getting stoned.
Different Indians.
Different.
Yeah.
All throughout history, everyone's getting high and fucked up. It's only pretty recently, I think contemporarily, that like we're so anti-drug and mind-altering substances and whatnot. Because the founding fathers were high as fuck.
They
High
must
as
have
fuck.
been.
They were.
Drunk too.
I was referring to this rap by The Way, This Kids You Know, which probably shouldn't be the foundation of my knowledge about founding fathers and weed. But they touched upon Thomas Jefferson, Abe Lincoln, and George Washington, all being super, super big stoners and whatnot. So you guys should listen to the founding fathers rap. It's pretty delightful.
Yeah, I heard George Washington rolled a mean blunt.
Did he?
That's what I read in my history books growing up, so.
He rolled a mean
Well,
blunt.
just the fattest of blunts.
Swisher Sweets back in the day. We are on Thanksgiving.
What does a traditional Thanksgiving for you look like, Mia?
We had ham. This is weird. We didn't really eat turkey for some strange reason growing up. Every Thanksgiving, and in fact probably every Christmas, save for one god-awful turkey, which was then never repeated, we would have a giant smoked ham that my father would boil in pineapple juice for a time and then throw in the oven, reduce the pineapple juice to sauce, and then it would be a fall-winter transition of ham eating. And we'd eat pan de sal, which is like Filipino bread rolls stuffed with this sweet ham, and you would microwave the fucking ham, which would make it like all weird and curly, you know how meats get in the micro. And you'd microwave the really thick sauce because they would congeal in the fridge, and you have to scrape the fat off. But you microwave all of that So it was covered in this melted mix of pineapple ham juice. And you threw it on some bread and you ate it. And I love that part of Thanksgiving, the aftermath, the ham hangover where we'd just be consuming swine for weeks on end after. And we would have Filipino food. We wouldn't have, I didn't really eat white people food growing up. It was kind of weird to me. Like every meal almost always had rice. So we would have rice on Thanksgiving. We'd have noodles. We'd have pancit canton. Probably some meat stew like aldereta or some shit like that.
Did you guys do the pork blood stew?
Yeah, I loved diniguan. That shit was good.
It's
But
fucking
I think
great.
after, we usually got that catered because it is a bitch to make. So eventually, like, things got catered. We had lots of potlucks. I remember around Thanksgiving week and then going into Thanksgiving weekend, there is a network of Filipino families where I grew up. And we'd take turns having a potluck almost like every weekend. But Thanksgiving we'd be packed, going from house to house, potluck after potluck. And the thing about Filipino parties and potlucks is you always go home with almost as much food as you consume there. And that was just how things went.
I want to throw a Filipino Thanksgiving now. You know, I don't know how I could pull that off, but that sounds awesome.
It's intense. It's
Like
really
at my
delicious.
Thanksgivings, people like fighting over these shitty, pre-baked cheese cat bars and cheesecake bars. And so
Like, wow, you guys eat cat?
Interesting.
don't judge my culture.
So what are the
Bunch of
highlights
savages.
then?
What are the highlights?
The highlights of your Thanksgivings.
Oh, so it's weird. In my family, we have kind of like 3 tiers of generations. There's like the 90-year-olds, and also my entire family's from South Africa. And 90-year-old South Africans are the worst people in the world
Oh my God.
because my family left South Africa because they saw apartheid was ending, and they were like, well, this is terrible for us. Let's leave.
Whoa.
And so we're literally waiting for them to die so that we can just remove that stain on our family history.
Are they just
So-
like the gnarliest racists ever?
Whoa.
Yeah, no, seriously. And they also just reinforce the racial stereotypes by watching Judge Judy for like 6 hours a day.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
And so like Thanksgiving for me is just underscored by this like crazy intergenerational racism. It makes the food taste worse somehow.
No, I understand
just so
how,
bad,
how
yeah.
shame can color food taste.
It's just like the worst time in the world and I hate it. I'm just probably going to stop doing it. Like this year I'm just not going because I don't want to. My like girlfriend's dad is
reason.
coming out and we're just going to cook like an epic bro down Thanksgiving.
Any previews? Like, what would you make?
I don't know.
Have
What,
any
so I
thoughts
wanted
yet?
to actually cook an entire turkey in duck fat for like 24 hours, make a
what?
duck
Turkey
confit. Turkey confit, yeah,
Ooh,
exactly.
you badass motherfucker.
But I don't know.
you.
It could be hard to pull off. Otherwise, I really want to spatchcock a turkey. It's where instead of just roasting a bird whole, which as we discussed blows, you take it and you kind of break the spine and then you like fold it in half, almost like you would like a brick chicken, where you like flatten it and you
Oh,
actually cook the turkey that way,
delicious.
so it
'Cause
cooks
it's
evenly.
even.
Exactly, yeah.
Flavors? Flavor
I don't know.
highlights?
Well, I've been thinking about curing it in MSG.
Why the fuck not?
Exactly, right?
Nothing to lose.
That's what I'm saying, because I have a fat thing MSG to use. But I want to brine it in something, maybe brine it in beer. We'll figure it out. I kind of want to brine it in malt liquor and see what happens.
Yes.
Will you
'Cause that
post
would be-
it
I'm a
on
big malt liquor
Culinary
fan.
Throwdown?
I will. What I really want to do, though, is make a Crunchwrap Supreme out of leftover Thanksgiving ingredients. That's a big plan of mine,
Oh.
which sounds fucked up that that's like a big plan for me. Like, I'm going to make a Crunchwrap out of turkey and
That
shit.
sounds like an epic plan.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really
so
stoked.
people need to look out for that.
Because the
post
Thanksgiving leftovers are like, infinitely better. I mean, I remember making stuffing omelets when I was a kid,
Oh.
just stuff like that. That's the real fun of it.
Yeah, the leftovers, and you have so much to play with, and it's been hopefully high quality stuff
Yep.
because it was for Thanksgiving.
I also want to make, instead of like sweet potatoes and marshmallows, you know, do a kabocha squash puree with like a salted meringue and like torch the meringue on top.
Ooh.
I think that's
Ooh.
going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is all because, and now I also don't have to go listen to my racist cousins
You don't.
and eat their shitty stuffing with just whole raw cranberries in it. They're so fucking sour. Like, they think they know what cranberries taste like, but they don't. They're just in there.
Just floating
And so I'm
around.
pretty excited this year for it.
I think we all kind of gone very, very excited. Wink.
You
Just
guys
do
will
a
leave-
potluck for the show and just have Thanksgiving
We could do
together.
that.
Should I come back
should.
for that?
Yeah.
That'd be
If I
fun.
can avoid my parents' needless arguing,
Yep.
that would be wonderful.
We'll figure it out. We'll do a mock Thanksgiving at some point. It'll be like in fucking February. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
I'll bring my mom's patented sweet potato gravy.
I'll bring
Yeah.
I'll bring Filipino desserts.
Lumpia? No, banana lumpia? Is that a
Yeah, banana turon, like saging. Turon saging is how you call it. You're making me brush off the cobwebs off of my language,
thing?
man.
I know.
I haven't spoken that
You're
in
welcome.
so long. So Miss Daisy Ducati, in regard to
Mhm.
Thanksgiving, what are the highlights for you? And it doesn't have to be food. It can be life.
I drink a lot on Thanksgiving.
Ooh, tell me. Do you have a good drunk Thanksgiving story?
I mean, so when I do go to families, I often go to my grandpa's house, and he and I share a love for tequila.
Nice.
So he breaks out the like good añejo, and we like he drinks like once a year, basically.
With you?
With me.
That's a
Yeah.
good grandpa.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do? Are you just like knocking back shots, just like licking like
Yeah,
salt
you
off your
gotta
hands?
sip it. You gotta,
Okay.
With the good tequila, you have to sip it. You can't just. It's not Cuervo.
I'm like only familiar with the Cuervo model tequila.
No. That's not allowed in my house.
High quality. So what's your go-to tequila?
So my all-time favorite is kind of expensive. My all-time favorite is Casa Noble Añejo.
Okay.
So good. It's so good.
That sounds expensive.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like $100 a bottle. But it's
Hear
so
that,
good.
Daisy Ducati fans? She likes a special tequila. What's the name again so they know?
Casa Noble Añejo
And where can they find you on Twitter?
at Daisy Ducati.
And you
And
should-
I'm adding some to my wish list tonight.
Do it. Creep on that wish list.
Right next
Because,
to
you
my
know,
MacBook Pro.
is it Cyber Monday or some
How,
shit like
how much
that?
stuff do you guys get from your wish list?
Oh
Because
my
I've always
God.
thought about
lot,
A
adding one.
lot.
Really? Like, what's like the most extravagant thing you guys have gotten from a wish list?
This wasn't off of a wish list, but my marathon bid was paid for by a fan.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I have amazing fans. They're so fucking generous. Not only do you guys enable me to masturbate furiously every day and pay rent by doing that, but you also get me things like running shoes and
Yeah.
Harry Potter bathing suits and what else? Oh, giant dildos that will not
Yeah.
fit in my vagina, but thanks very much anyway.
I haven't gotten
you
any
can pass
giant
them my
dildos
way.
yet.
Oh man, you need to set up a wish
I
list.
did
I
s-
get nothing but giant dildos.
Just all
I don't
day.
even have a wish list. They just fucking show up.
I don't know who they're from.
How do they know?
Sorry
where I
about
live?
that.
Daisy, are you the giant dildo gnome?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You'll be finding one in your bed tonight, Josh.
And your
Thank you.
pillow.
That's so generous.
The dildo fairy.
The dildo fairy. Oh my gosh. That'd be really brilliant.
Is that starring The Rock? Is it like the Tooth Fairy too? The
Can
dildo fairy?
that please be?
I'd watch that. I'd order that on pay-per-view for sure.
I would
That sounds
love
like a
for-
high fever dream. The dildo fairy with the rock.
A guy come drop off a pound of artisanal chorizo. So that was pretty cool. This is also when I like didn't have like I had like 1,500 like Instagram followers then. This guy was just like, "Hey, I like what you do. I make chorizo. Do you want some?" And I was like, "Okay."
That's brilliant though.
Yeah. So thanks to that dude. Shout out to him. But Daisy, what is like the coolest thing you've gotten from your wish list?
My fans get me really personal stuff. Like, not personal as in, like, I don't want to talk about it personal, but, like, things that they know that I'll like because they know me well enough. Like, one time I had a fan who bought me these really nice zombie head slippers. And they're kind of a weird thing, and I was like, nobody's ever going to buy those. Those are way too expensive. But he not only bought them for me, but then came to see me at the strip club to present them as a gift.
Oh.
And it was the cutest thing ever.
That's awesome.
That's so darling.
Yeah, and I was just like, anybody can buy me shoes and lingerie, but this guy knows that I really, really, really love zombies, and I'm in 8-inch heels all day.
Oh, that's
So.
so sweet. Got you
Yeah.
cushy. Did he make you dance in them?
No, but I totally wore them around the club for the rest of the night. I was like, fuck those shoes.
That's the proper way to respond.
Yeah.
You're given zombie foofy slippers.
Yeah, they have like a little eyeball that dangles off. They're
I
so
need
cute.
to see these.
They're so cute. You put your foot in the mouth. It looks like it's eating your foot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're really cute. I love
Brilliant.
them.
That's brilliant. If you had to put 5 items on your wish list right now, Josh, what would you put on your wish list?
Actually, in thinking about it, I tweeted out a joke once saying if I had a home sous vide machine and immersion circulator, I'd use it to make a 48-hour quesadilla. And then the company called Namiku, who makes them, they responded and there's like, hey, yeah, you want some? Like, we'll send you two. And they did. I totally forgot about that. So
God.
yeah, so it's really cool. So I actually did make a 48-hour quesadilla.
Yay.
And I put it on epicurious.com and stuff, and it's super funny. So that was really cool. But I don't know. I was recently like, my girlfriend asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I was like, I don't know. What do people normally want? Like
Whatever tickles your fancy.
like I have like a knife already. You know, that's like that's kind of all I really
That's all
need.
you need? A knife?
Like I don't know. I don't really want maybe like a no.
You don't want a spoonchilla by Rachel Ray?
No. No.
Are,
God,
are you
no.
at that point where you ask for regular stuff, like just socks and underwear?
Yeah.
Things you're too irresponsible to buy during
Simple
the year?
things are great. I know. I'm getting you a Costco pack of paper towels.
Yeah, that'd be smart. Yeah, it's like these little things that I either want like some really extravagant like camera equipment that costs like thousands of dollars, like light boxes and
Wish list
reflectors and all this shit. Or I just want, like, kind of new underwear because like I'm always running out of it. There's like nothing in between new underwear and like $1,000 light boxes that I actually want.
You're totally describing my wish list right now.
Oh my god.
Is it cool if I just come fix your toilet?
Yeah, that would be a great help.
The little things in life.
Yeah.
A cool thing I got is actually a barrel aging kit that's actually sitting right there.
Oh,
for
I was
gin.
wondering what that is.
Yeah, from Aviation Gin. They sent it to me, but
Cool.
I
Is there
didn't.
any in there?
What are you going to put in
No.
it?
Oh.
So what happened was we drank all the gin really quickly. It's really fucking good. Big gin fan. But we tried pouring a bottle in there, and that started leaking out everywhere.
Oh no.
And so we just like wasted a half bottle of gin on it. But then we realized that we fucked up and didn't read the directions. You have to like soak the barrel in water for a couple days to get it to
gets
swell.
swamp. Mhm.
Yeah, so we didn't do that at all.
Are you going to? Do you have intentions in the future?
Yeah, when I can afford to buy nice gin. But until then, it's just a decoration.
No, it's a very, very fancy one.
That's
what I was
cool.
last time I was here.
Yeah, so my wish list would be pretty sparse and extravagant though at the same time.
Yeah.
But I feel like people wouldn't buy me a lot of things from it. I feel like I don't have as intense a fans as you guys do.
Well,
be
the thing
surprised.
is about wish
Start
lists
jerking
is
off on camera, you'll get some.
with a rom nut.
I already do it. I just don't actually put it on the internet. I need to just start posting the videos.
Listen,
You
want
should
free
just
shit
put
or
a
not?
rom nut around your dick, and then
Yeah,
A
fresh out of
cock
the fresh out of
rom
the fryer
nut.
too.
yes,
Or
no,
a
that'd be
naked
painful.
naked cooking show.
Naked
That could be
That's
fun.
popular.
fun. Oh no, all this oil and grease is getting on my body.
Sometimes,
Oh,
sometimes
no,
I
it really
do just-
burns.
Oh no.
I have fried bacon completely naked
Ooh.
before, and
Oh
it
my
wasn't that bad.
God.
I don't know what people are doing to where they think bacon splatters everywhere,
Yeah.
but my bacon's like pretty tame in the pan.
Oh my gosh, I have an empanada frying scar on my stomach.
Oh.
I was an idiot. I was like frying like an empanada the size of like half a small plate, like a small salad plate. Way too big. Because I thought, it's like, oh no, this empanada needs to be bigger. And it was too big. And I go to flip it and it caught my tummy. But it was so
Oh.
delicious.
Yeah.
Worth it. But anywho, it's Thanksgiving. If you had to choose what your Thanksgiving food baby was made out of right now, Josh, what would your Thanksgiving food baby be made out of?
What does that even mean?
Your food, you know what a food baby is?
Yeah, but like what my food baby?
Yeah, what would you
be?
gorge yourself
Oh,
on
if
for
like
Thanksgiving?
before I
Anything?
swallowed my food baby, what would the previous
Yeah.
ingredients of conception have been?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I can see how you would say that. I don't know. I'm a huge stuffing fan because it's just like literally animal fat and bread, and like that's pretty much it. And so like if you're just dipping bread in animal fat and eating it, it's unacceptable. But if you like mash it up and bake it, then it's like, oh, it's stuffing. That's a thing. So like I could literally just eat stuffing all day, sausage stuffing. That's my total thing.
That's your stuffing food baby.
Yeah, I would
It would
literally
be a
eat.
homogenous.
Yeah, just
math.
one like ball in there. What about you? What is your Thanksgiving food baby
My
choice?
Thanksgiving food baby would be a lot of pork. So it'd be that holiday ham. It'd be that pork blood stew. And probably a lot of white rice because I am not allowed to have too much white rice these days. Yeah, delicious.
And Daisy's just filled with smoked salmon mac and cheese
Smoked
to the
salmon
brim.
mac
And a
and
bunch of
cheese.
tequila.
I might even skip straight to dessert.
Ooh, we didn't speak desserts
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is your dessert fix?
You know, I love baking. I don't know if I've told you this. I love baking.
What?
And I make a really good pumpkin pie. Like, not that from the canned shit. Like, I actually make a fucking pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Crust and all. And it's so good.
Oh, you need to make that for me.
And I have this terrible habit, especially on Thanksgiving, of bringing things that I want to eat and then eating most of it.
That's okay. That's okay. It's a self-serving system. There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
I'm
that.
like, you guys cook turkey. What am I going to do with that? So,
Totally valid.
yeah. So I am probably going to eat half a pie.
That's fine. And
By
then
myself.
can you eat my whole pie?
Yeah, I'll eat your whole pie.
Thank you. How about you, Josh? What is your go-to?
I thought you were saying, how about you on eating your whole pie?
No,
I
you
don't
only
know.
have slice. No.
Get down on your knees.
Red. No, I totally sympathize with the whole like bringing something that you want to make. I'll make some like random obscure shit, like savory bread puddings. My cousins don't know what it is, and there's like bacon in there, and they're Jewish.
Oh,
And so I just end up eating the entire thing, so I want to make it in the first place. No, I love pumpkin pie, and I love that you make it from scratch. I don't bake personally just because it's like hard. Like it's a difficult thing to do.
mhm.
And so I just avoid it entirely. I kind of wish I did.
See, I love baking naked.
I love baking.
That's-
Yeah, I love baking.
That sounds
baking
fun,
naked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
See,
covered in
there's nothing
flour.
splattering.
We
and-
really need to have a potluck, like I
We
said.
really
I'm
do.
frying bacon naked.
We really do. Oh my gosh, I'll bring my rolling pin
Yeah.
and then just tap it and look menacing.
Actually, I don't own a rolling pin even. I use a vodka bottle if I need to.
Really?
Yeah.
I have one, but I never use. I should just
That's
give it
another
to you.
$12 item for the wish list.
Yes.
Right next to your socks and underwear.
Yeah, Mia, what about you?
In regard to Thanksgiving desserts, I love making pumpkin gooey cake, but I kind of like totally bastardize it in that I don't do the cake base. I make almost like a 1/2 inch thick, really decadent graham cracker crust that's that you have to like saw through to get a piece. And the pumpkin filling on top is supposed to just be pumpkin, but I'm like, no. It needs cream cheese in it. No. So it becomes this huge 9x13 casserole dish of graham cracker crust and pumpkin cheesecake custard. And I always make vanilla bean mousse to go on top of it, because if I'm gonna go into the hell, which is fucking over eating clean, I'm gonna go whole hog and top it with fucking vanilla bean speckled mousse.
I'm coming down for Thanksgiving.
And you're going down for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm going down for Thanksgiving.
Good to know.
Yeah, there are other uses for that vanilla bean mousse.
Yeah, because it's not strawberry ice cream, which is a horrible thing to say, and I say that from experience. But yeah, vanilla bean mousse would be perfect for certain parts.
I'd lick that spoon. What are we thankful for?
Yeah, let's go around. Do you want to get in on this, Sam Guy Mount, for thankful for things?
I don't know. I've been kind of angry and bitter these last couple of months.
Okay, maybe not so much. That's okay.
Things I'm more and less mad about.
Okay, you can pass on this one. In the future, I'll ask you what you're
I share Matt's sentiments entirely. I don't care. I don't know. If someone asks me like in elementary school, every single year they ask you what you're thankful about, and everyone says like, oh, friends and family, and it's the same shit. And like I literally one year I was just like I don't know, nothing really. So why aren't you thankful for friends and family? I was like I guess, but like not insofar as I should say it on this one day because you told me to.
Just
so
'cause.
I don't.
Yeah, what do you do when they all just kind of piss you off?
Yeah, exactly. Like I was thankful yesterday, but today I'm not. Yeah, so I'm thankful for nothing. I don't know.
in life, though.
I just want to take a nap. In life,
What are you thankful for?
oh boy, I'm thankful for finding people who actually understand me in the way that family would, who aren't necessarily my family.
That's family,
And I
though.
think that's a really cool thing to have, like an actual support system. Like they understand your goals, they understand your views and where you're coming from, and like regardless of actually being blood related or even familially related, So that's a cool thing to have. I like that. That kind
Aw,
of ties into the spirit of Thanksgiving.
That's really
Aw.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Daisy, what are you thankful for?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm kind of with you where I think it's just a little odd to have this one day to be like, I'm thankful for my family, even though I don't like spending this holiday with them. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's okay. You can tweet at me later what you're thankful for.
I'm thankful for Mia's coffee cake.
You did have that for breakfast. You
Yeah.
did. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Mia, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for sleep when I can get it. But
Yeah.
I agree with you guys in that I think it was really stupid for that obligatory gratitude toward family. It was totally forced upon you as a kid when you're around that table and all your aunts and uncles who have driven so far have come out and they ask, hey, what are you thankful for? And it would be really shitty of you to say something other than, oh, I'm thankful for my mom and my dad and my family, because every single person around the table leading up to you says, oh, I'm thankful for my family. But really, I was like, oh, I'm really thankful that there's a lot of ham.
Yeah, the key in that is to be the first guy who goes. Like, what do you think? Family? That's
Family.
mine. I took it. Family.
The rest of
God
family
damn
love.
it.
The rest of you 12.
Togetherness done.
Check. Done. Let me eat. Yeah, that was the worst part. I remember we had to go around and do that, and right before we ate. And I really did not like my family growing up, like my immediate family, because we just were so fucking different. So I said it like through gritted teeth that passed as a smile. Family, I'm thankful for you guys. But now these days I'm just really thankful for sleep when I can get it.
Also, can we talk about this tradition of going around the table and having to say things before we eat?
Oh my God.
When we've all waited all day to eat?
Yeah, that's stupid.
And you're like, I can hear my stomach right now. Can we just be thankful after we're full?
Yeah, I hate like the bullshit pageantry around things like that.
Yeah.
Like I can't stand it at
It's
all.
nonsense.
I enjoy my meals best when I'm like standing up facing a wall by myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's because for me
Just
that's
eating
most
over
like
the sink.
I like eating
seriously no. That's how
quietly,
literally everything I cook for the blog. I literally take it, I grab it, and I just go eat it over the sink.
Mm.
Because to me, that's the way I'm like most comfortable. I can think about the things most. I don't have to worry about if there's shit on my face. Don't have to worry
Yeah.
about if I'm using the right fucking fork. You know, I can actually. It's like a really personal thing. So I hate this thing. There's a lot of like pageantry and build up, and it like takes you out of the
You
moment.
need to hide
Yeah.
a
Gravy's
GoPro
congealing,
in your
and the
your
turkey's getting
apartment.
like drier than dry. It's like past jerky stage
Oh,
at this point, you
no.
know, where it's just soaking up like 3 times the amount of gravy that is
Oh.
It's like volume. It's like a scientific anomaly. It's like I
Oh.
put 4 fucking ladles on it, and it's just not
and yet,
even
and yet,
rehydrating. It's like a sham wow.
oh God. Anyway,
Yeah.
sound guy Matt, what are you thankful for? If there's anything,
I don't know.
that's okay.
Family.
Can I just get like really broad stuff?
Family.
Like I'm glad for running water and
Yeah, no, that's
electricity.
fine.
Vaccines are good, I guess.
I am glad that we can breathe this atmosphere right now.
I'm glad I'm not getting most of my jobs off Craigslist. A few years ago,
That's a
when I
plus.
first started doing sound.
Yeah.
How far we've come. I'm thankful for my crew right now. I'm really thankful for you guys, Matt and Josh, and thank you, Daisy, for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I've been thinking about this podcast ever since I got into porn, because like, oh wow, now I'm in a public job that I can do something that people will listen to. So really, thank you guys for helping this come along. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thank you for coordinating everything. We'd be useless without you.
Are you kidding? I showed up so fucking late today. Don't thank me
Because
for
I told you the
anything.
wrong location.
Don't fucking thank me for
Because
anything.
I was
showed up
napping at
so
7
late.
at night when you called me.
It was 6:30, but okay. I'll take it.
Really? I left my house at like 6
I
to
was
get here 15 minutes
I was
late.
dead asleep.
That's okay. You're running on fumes these days anyway. So thank you so much, listeners of the Things in My Mouth podcast, food, sex, and other nonsense. You guys have been amazing, all 2 of you. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure there are more of you. Anyway, I am Mia Lee. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at LoveMiaLee.
And I'm Josh Scherer. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Culinary Brodown.
And special thanks to Daisy Ducati, our guest. Where can they find you, Daisy?
On Twitter and Instagram at Daisy Ducati.
Make sure you guys follow Sangai Matt on Twitter as well, because he will one day inherit the world. Just saying. You'll be the overlord of all the things.